out here. I got to take them in to decompress. I moved my stream so I can probably catch Wi-Fi here, but this should not be so much of an issue that it is lately, and I'm really sort of unsatisfied with what's going on with the streams. Um, I need to contact YouTube and ask them what's going on because this is ridiculous. You know, they make money if I make money, and I'm not making any money because my streams are totally inferior. If I can't communicate with with my audience, what sense is this? You know? And then I have somebody saying, I didn't get notification. You know? Why? Why are people not being notified? There's one person here. See that this still says that I'm live on this. This is just you can't have two streams open, YouTube, and this one's supposed to be closed. So, what's the problem here? You know, what's the problem? Is this making it just miserable for me to try and function? You know, it's ridiculous. It's impossible to have two streams open, so Jesus Christ, YouTube, you're bumming me out. You're my favorite and you're screwing up. Really bummed out. I got stuff to do. I can't be screwing around with it. I got to go put him in because this isn't going well. Here, man, I'll bring you back out in a minute. You need to go decompress. You're being a dude. Come on, heal. No, heal. Chill out, man. I mean, what's this gonna be, like the whole summer? It's gonna be a freaking nightmare. I can't see the chat. I have to have 2 cameras up. Even if I have 2 cameras up, you know, it's still not working properly. I can't tell how many are here. If somebody did super chat me, I doubt I'd know at this point. You know, I'm so annoyed. It's been going on for a while now. It's like, you know, and then like what's this? Like I sign out of the stream and the stream stays open. What's that? You know? God damn, man. Somebody say something in this and see if I can see if you're even here. This is on Wi-Fi. That's what I'm hoping. Maybe I'll just do it from this end because I can catch Wi-Fi. But this is unsatisfactory. I don't need more of a hassle. Can somebody say something? Okay, I could see you, Ria G. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. I mean, I guess that's my solution is that it has to be at this end of the yard so that I can catch the Wi-Fi. I tried getting a Wi-Fi extender a couple years ago. Please, like that's seamless. I'm 58 years old. So I just get the one that has the most, right? Because I think that would be better. It'd send more power out towards the barn. That's not how it works. You have to measure the feet. Like how many feet do you want to go? So if you're only going 75 feet, don't get the one that goes 125 feet. I couldn't get that thing to work. I set it back. I called them. I was so, you can imagine, right? So annoying. So, well, it looks like this is my solution, that I'll just stream from this end. What am I gonna do? How's the picture on this? Is it pretty good? See, I can't. My phone is still showing the last stream I was doing, and it won't shut off. What's that? And I turned off the phone, right? And then when I turn the phone back on, it's still there. What? I might be 58, but I'm not a freaking moron, okay? I know that this isn't working right. And I know that I have 2 phones and it does it with both of them, so. YouTube? Come on, man. I don't want to go stream on Facebook. Facebook sucks. Could stream on Instagram. That sucks too. You gotta have the camera like this. What's that, Instagram? Oh yeah, you gotta hold the camera like this. Oh great. So I'm going to YouTube. See if it disappeared again. Oh, okay, now I have the proper stream up. Okay. Where do I start with training? I can't get her to understand now. You know, you're asking like this general question, Marilyn Sanchez, that it's just like so basic that I don't know where you live, but maybe if you could find somebody that could get the dog trained, you know, it's going to cost you some money, and then like you could step in, like they could train you, but you got to get the dog trained before you can train the person. I mean, listen, Marilyn, when you're doing a correction, okay? When you're doing the correction, you use the word no. So the dog starts picking up that that means that it's doing something negative or it's in the wrong position. And that happens while you're drilling the dog and teaching the dog the commands. A lot of people think it's going to be easy. They're going to get a dog, they're going to train it, and everything's going to go right. You know? And hey, what's up, Craig? It's not that easy. And if people were more realistic, you would get the dog, you'd have money allocated for training, you get the dog trained, it'd be a lot easier. Like, you know, you get a puppy, it goes right to the trainers, you avoid a lot of issues. People don't do that. I could even tell people, don't do that. Don't get the puppy. You're gonna have a baby, whatever. They have to do it, and then they have issues. Like, look at my chair. I got a baby out here, don't I, baby? Come on, Bambino. Where's my water? I'll come back, Marilyn. Hang on. Hang on. Maybe I can be a little bit clearer. Listen. I just that's the best way to do it. That's the way people get the most success, is by finding someone that's competent and paying them to do it. You know, I just I'll talk about it a little bit more. Maybe something will click for you. But I mean, if you're asking a question like that, Marilyn, that's an indication you don't even know how to use the leash proper. You're gonna have issues with this dog. I wish that I had something else to say. I wish I had a magic wand for you. But when you're working with the dog, and the dog screws up, you give a correction with the leash while saying no. So while you're doing this, your timing is right on because you're working with the dog. It's not a situation where the dog's doing something screwed up across the yard and you're saying no. You're drilling the dog. So the dog starts associating the no with being in the wrong position or doing something wrong. It's not like you're it's like you can't teach the dog, right? You can't teach the dog to heel on a walk. I want sun. Hang on. So it's like it just I don't know. People are like, oh, I'm gonna get a dog. I want to get a dog. And then it doesn't go how they want. And, it's sort of like, well, why should it? Because most people, you're human, so you're using all your human experiences to train a dog, and it's dog behavior. It's not human behavior, and you can't rationalize with the dog. It's all muscle memory, even learning no. So, I wish I had better news for you. Hey, baby, where are you? Here? Hey, come here, Pitbull. But they're everywhere. Dogs are everywhere. So people think it's going to go well, and it just doesn't. It doesn't. And even if it does go well, it just doesn't. Or if it just goes okay, Like, it's just like there's still like so many issues with people's dogs. It's just like, and say you know, you're like, okay, I'm gonna try it, and then so you train all this fucking fucked up shit into your dog while you're doing it because you don't understand the dog and you don't understand dog training. So it's muscle memory. So the dog has all this muscle memory that's incorrect. And then you pass it off to somebody like me, and then I evict the problem, and then it goes back with you. Okay? So unless you are spot on about cloning yourself into the dog trainer, the dog will start screwing up again. It's not the dog's fault, it's yours. I've said, you know, I've said this, man. I think most people shouldn't get a dog. It doesn't go well. You know, they have too much going on in their life, and I guarantee you, if they have a kid, that dog is expendable. Like, I don't care what you say, people just get rid of the dog. So I've seen it for so many years. I'm like, give me a break. You know, it's like, you know, so just because somebody has like a 130 IQ doesn't mean that they're going to be able to train a dog, or even smarter. It doesn't mean that they can train a dog. I've run into that. Arrogant people. Oh, you can do it, I can do it. Oh, okay. And then the asshole's calling me. Hey, could you come over and help me? And then the asshole wanted me to like wave a magic wand. And I said, you know what my magic wand is, asshole? Is that you need to do a board and train with this dog. And I told him the price, and he's like, I don't know, can't you just like take him for like, man, like a week or something? No, I can't. A dog doesn't know a thing. And you know, it's like people don't want to use a crate, you know, they won't use a leash inside. It's a freaking nightmare. It's a nightmare for the dog. It is. It's a total nightmare. God, it's spring. Spring isn't a nightmare, I'll tell you that. I guess this is what I'm doing from now on. I guess I'm gonna live stream from this end of the yard, which sort of sucks. Maybe I could get a Wi-Fi extender. Destiny would understand it more than me, for sure. I mean, I know a little bit about it now, because after the fiasco, having to send it back, you know, it's like you just got to measure the distance. Well, see, this sort of well, I guess I could always get Wi-Fi right here, and then the extender would send it out there in relationship to the barn and back by the burn can. So it's just a measurement from it'd be inside in that bathroom plugged in, and then, you know, so I don't know. I don't know. I gotta figure something out because this is not so hot. I assume this is working though. I can see on this. See, this says I have 14 on here, 2 thumbs up. This one says that I have 7, and I don't see anybody writing anything on this one anymore. The last one I saw is that one Mimi 56, which I deleted. I see Craig. Somebody say something again if you're there. I'm here, but I'm not listed. Okay, there's Pedro again. There's Craig. Craig's here. All right. Yo, what's up? Aye, sir. I was just thinking about an Emo's Pizza. What's up, Michael? Some people like to be called Michael, and the ones that like my point to it, but don't call him Mike. Some people are Mike, some people are Michael. I'm just telling you. Some people like to be called Robert. Some people like to be called Rob. Some people don't care. All right? Some people like to be called Craig or Craiger. The Craiger. There's Roberto. What's up, Roberto? The Kragers here, the Kraginski, stuff like that. Um, Somebody's having a little party over there. Doc was my childhood. What's up, Doc? Really? No shit. Doc, gee, I wonder why. What's up, Doc? You mean like in high school? Like, Doc, really? Where'd that come from? Whoa, cool looking stream over here. It's like really screwed up looking, but it's really cool looking. It's like melting. It was like Pittsburgh Pirate pitcher in the 70s. Were you a baseball player? Is that what that's about? You throw a fastball or something? Yeah, I know. Wasn't that cool? The screen melted. I've never seen it do that. That was I liked it a lot. I love baseball. I can't say that I do, but it was a sport that I couldn't play. I wasn't really good at it, or I didn't have any like really aptitude or want to. No, he was called Doc Ellis. Oh, I get you. Okay, now I understand why. Okay. Doc Philip Ellis, Jr., baseball player. I suck like glue in grade school. I wasn't good. It wasn't a sport. Hey, get over here. Come here. Oops. Yeah, I was not good at baseball. Cub Scout softball, I hated it. I wanted to play football, but I was small. But my mother wouldn't let me play football because I fell off a cliff when I was a kid. So she said, no, you can't do that. But wrestling was fine, Like you can fucking smack your head on the mat. But she was fine with that. She was fine with me getting on a motorcycle at 16, but she wouldn't let me play football, and I also wanted to box, right? She wouldn't let me box, but I could wrestle, which smack your head on the mat all the time, I don't know what her problem was. She's looking out for me, clearly. What's up, brown sparrows? I'm loving the sun. Love it. I love Lane. What is that? Is that code for something? Do we have to get rid of you, Big Steve? The Big Steve? What's Lane? Anybody know? Should we get rid of this person? Should make Craig a monitor. He's here a lot. I don't think he is. He should be. Somebody tell me what Lane is. Don't worry. No, I will worry. No, I will worry. Okay, you just got removed, man. I knew it was something like that. Michael, you were just explaining what it was. Robert, you need to go. We don't need to hear about your fucking problems. But if you had a problem, I might listen to you for a little bit. I might give you some advice, like go call a doctor. But somebody say, "Oh, it's cool. Oh, it sounds real cool. Sounds ridiculous. Sounds like you two are throwing your life away. I don't want to have any part of it. You're on somebody's stream that hasn't had a drink in like over 26 years, so shut up, okay? You're talking about smoking weed, that's one thing, I wouldn't give a shit. But you're talking about that? Oh, yeah, great. I knew it was something like that. Like, oh, okay. Great, thanks for telling us. What a loser. Sure, the person will be back. Looks like a troll. It's a troll. You know, then they can put their stupid thing on TikTok. It's just ridiculous. It's like, you know, what's up, Yolanda? The problem is it doesn't even look funny because it just looks like somebody's reading something. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like typical TikTok garbage, which, well, you know, you say something like that, you know, I get you removed too. Hey, here! Not me. I'm not on TikTok. Get your stupid fake channel removed from TikTok. Peter the breeder got Butch from wants to stud him. I would say no. Why? You're not showing him. Why would you want to do that? It sounds like a pain in the ass, isn't it? Nope, what? She called. I thought she had other dogs. Why is she want to breed him? Doesn't she have another dog? Doesn't she want to mix up the bloodline? How many does she have? I told her I was moving. Doesn't she have more? Like, how many dogs does she own? Like, if you wanted to mix up the bloodline, you would go not with your dog, you'd get someone else's dog that was more distantly removed. But does she want you to get a semen sample from the? Does she want to do that? Is that just a pain in the ass? What, you know? Sorry, but you know, sorry, I don't want to do that. You know. No idea how many she has. You know what I'm saying? It's just weird. Like, I don't know. You know, the whole breeding thing is just, you know, why get involved in it? It's just, I don't know. I've always had, yeah, I was thinking it was, yeah, it is. Like, it's just sort of like, and, you know, if she wanted to do that, I'm sure that there's semen on ice that she could get and really break it up. Why does she want to use semen from a dog she's already got? Like do you know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't sound normal. It's like, what? You want a what? I mean, that's generally how you do it. You want to spread it out. Yeah, breeding. I agree. I've never met a breeder that wasn't sort of stupid. The last two breeders I had were vets. The one was had hunting dogs. He wasn't stupid, and actually the other one wasn't. Um, I'm not one to be annoyed. Meaning, you don't want to do it because it would be annoying. I think it would be annoying. I have no, I have, it's breeds, not races. By a breeder request. Yeah. Um, listen, I have bought dogs. I bought plenty of dogs, and I have homeless dogs. But I don't really see it as that big of an issue. You know, you get the dog. Um, you know, take care of it. It doesn't matter if you adopted it or you bought it. You know. Yeah. What does she want to use yours for? Like what? She already has the male and the female. Okay, so she has the male and the female, right? She's definitely not going to want to breed the the offspring in, right? So what does she have? Like, how many males does she have? How many? Did you go to her house by any chance? Did you see, like, she would still, like, on the next litter she could just, I don't know. You know, a lot of breeders, they're using frozen stuff. So it's just like, oh, you buy it. You just, yes, I traveled to her in Oregon. How many dogs did it look like she had? I mean, did you see the parents? Did you see other, did you hear other dogs or? When I got Tonka, there was like 45 dogs there. I only was allowed, is that what you're saying? I only went allowed in certain areas? Oops, I only seen the parents. I mean, so you didn't see any other dogs, like, you know, you didn't hear a kennel or anything like that? Why would she want the offspring then? It just sort of is weird. Didn't she, wasn't there something, no kennel. Um, didn't something happen that you had picked out a dog and then something happened to the puppy? And then she said, oh, I'm going to give you my pick of the litter or some bullshit like that. I would have been really annoyed with that. Like, I don't know what her, yes. Yeah, what was that? Like, didn't she say the puppy had seizures? Because most puppies don't have seizures until they're about a year old. That's when they start. And I'm not saying that they couldn't, but that's usually about the time it starts. Wasn't it something like that? Like, um, I request, oh, all right. Yeah, you didn't, right, you wanted no mutilated ears. I remember that. You wanted a dog that was intact. I remember that. And then she didn't have any left or something, right? So you had to pay for. Craig, I would be honest with you. Maybe, I mean, all dogs that I've known that have started having seizures always have them closer to like a year old. Not, I'm not saying it's not possible. Certainly it is. I've just personally never heard of it, like the baby having seizures, but it could. It could, but I'm suspicious. I'm suspicious. Usually it's like 8 months to a year. There's, if the dog's gonna have seizures, they start having it. Not like we had a litter and this one's having seizures at a week old. I wouldn't have anything to do with her. You got your dog, fuck her. Yeah, I'm suspicious. Like what? What do you want? What do you want to breed my dog for? You have the two. She didn't say anything. Like yeah, and you couldn't breed the mother with the baby anyway. And I find it hard to believe that's a very rare sort of breed. Like I bet she's only got two dogs. What? Um, yeah, and maybe somebody has contacted her that wants to breed a dog, and you know she wants to use your dog to be the stud. I don't know, the whole breeders I don't trust ever. You know, they're fucking douchebags. I'm very very particular when it comes to dog breeders. I if you can find a dog breeder that is a vet, that's a good sign you might get a healthy dog. At least it's going to be checked for all the proper shit. So I don't know. Hey, what are you doing, Pitbull? You're cute, baby the Pitbull. What are you doing, Weasel Breath? Come over here at heel. Come over there. Come over there. You're a Pitbull, aren't you? Come over heel. No, back there, dude. That's not heel. It's cute though. Here, come here. Come here. Come on. Let's go. No, heel. There you go. Sit. No, sit. Down. Good girl. No, down, dude. She's like a piglet. Aren't you, baby? I want to pet this piglet. You're a piglet, aren't you? getting my vitamin D. Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, that I would have been like, what? Seizures? You know. What happened? Did she not have as many as she thought, or I don't know. Did all the puppies get their ears cropped or something by accident? She forgot. She forgot, and then she's like, oh God, what am I gonna do? Somebody really wanted the dog you picked up. I want that one. I'll pay more. There's a million reasons that, well, not a million, but it's just like what? But the babies had already been born, right? I don't know. I don't know. I don't believe it. All I know is the sun is out. I'm loving it. I am. I'm loving it. A couple more days. The cherry trees will blossom. It's gonna be sweet. Yeah, but you got your dog now, which is cool. Piglet. She's a piglet. I gotta get this Lutzy to fucking really stop on a dime and shit. He's gonna do it, I can tell. He's awesome. Well, I guess this is where I'm live streaming from now on in the backyard until I can figure this out. What are you gonna do? You know? He's cool as the other side of a pillow. That's an interesting metaphor or saying. I don't think I've ever heard that. What am I gonna make for dinner? I made pork last night. There's pork left. Sort of want to eat something else. Yeah, I've never really heard that. I mean, I knew exactly what you meant, but I've never heard it. God, I hope my car passes inspection tomorrow. You know, it's such a pain in the ass. I mean, all you'd have to do is look on that car. Obviously not gonna look too hard. I really suck. Hang on. I got some kind of thing. I don't know. I got some kind of text coming in. I'll look later. It's probably a bullshit text. You ever get those? Like this, what are they doing advertising with fucking text? Are they, these calls? Like, well, what was it? It said somebody's name, Bonnie somebody in like Georgia or something. And it was all about like disc TV or something. I don't know. Like, what the fuck, man? What the fuck is the matter with these people? I'm sick of writing stop, you know? Like, what the fuck? What the fuck? I wonder how many pawpaws I'm getting this year. Last year I had over 300. You know, I would imagine it's gonna be over that. I'm selling some of them. Got a few foodie friends I'll send some to. But I'm gonna sell some. I'm pretty sure at this place up in Ithaca. I asked them a few years ago. They were losing their supplier was Cornell. Cornell's got a pawpaw orchard, and Cornell decided not to sell them anymore. They were like, man, we used to get them, and now they're just like, we don't get many. They give us a few. That's about it. And I said, well, I have an orchard. Would you be interested in buying mine? They're like, oh yeah, we're pretty sure. I don't know what to charge though. I don't like wholesale and retail. I don't know. Between $9 and $12 a pound. So, retail. I don't know. Winter keeps hanging around. It hasn't broke 60 degrees here yet. Oh, is that right? I wonder what's the growing zone you're in, Craig? This is 5, maybe 5B, something like that. The city, New York City, is like 7A or something. It's like 5B here, but man, you go down in the valley, like we're at a high elevation up here. But you go down in Watkins Glen, sometimes there's like no snow. It's like melted. It's pretty high up here. You know what I'm saying? It's nice now. 8A? Are you kidding me? You can grow olives and shit. And it hasn't broke 60? That's what it is then. 8A, really? And it's still cold there. But you guys are like a isn't that considered where you are? Isn't that considered a you're in the rainforest, aren't you? Isn't that the tail end of the Tongass or something? It's next to Canada. Yeah, but doesn't the Tongass National Forest come all the way down into Canada and your state? Yeah, see, now I'm getting fucking stuff on this one too. It's like me and 8 other people. Fuck you. Fucking assholes. Yeah. I'll tell you what, that's amazing looking. We were watching some movie the other night that it was the Tongass. And it's beautiful. It's like all this moss and ferns and shit. It's a rainforest. It's weird to think that's up there in Alaska too. Like the tail end of Alaska is, it's the Tongass. In the summer, it's just like, whoa. It's like sort of like here, only more so. It gets really green here. You might have like cold as shit winter and everything, but man, it gets really green. This will be all green behind me. There's like going to the woods and it's all green. There has been I've seen a drought here before for some summers, but I mean, I'm looking at the grass right now, it's super green. It's starting to really pop, but I mean, there was like 8A hardiness zone. Jesus Christ. I wonder what St. Louis is. St. Louis has those cold as shit winters. They have those ice storms, but it doesn't last as long. By Easter, there's like leaves on the trees. By this time there's leaves in St. Louis. It gets warmer quicker. It's pretty far south. That's even like, I'll tell you where it's terrible is Chicago. Fuck. I had boot camp in Chicago, Great Lakes. miserable. Absolutely miserable. It's freezing. Fucking, they'd have us out on the grinder fucking marching and shit. Fucking, the wind would be whipping rain into your face. It was like needles going into you. It was just unbelievable. It's just terrible. Chicago makes St. Louis look like nothing. I lived in Chicago for 1 year, 6 months for me. Like Wicker Park, 6 months, and I was like, I gotta go. I worked at this place, Chicago Silkscreen. Hated that job. I hated it. And they made this offer like to everybody, like you could come in on Saturday and make more money. Like they were doing us a favor, right? Oh, LG, sure. Like, and everybody would come in. I didn't want to come in there, but I felt like if I wasn't part of the team. I quit. I was like, they put me in this position that like, I don't want money this bad. I want to make some art, and I can't when I'm at fucking Chicago Silkscreen doing whatever. They thought I was going to be like a company guy or something. You know, I had experience making silk screens and shit. I was fucking like, I was out of there. It's like this stupidest shit I've ever done. Hated it. Hated it. It's like, I gotta go, man. I just gotta go. I can't deal. God, and going up there to look for a job, I had no contacts or anything. I was just walking around. I walked in there, hey, I saw Chicago, so you know, I have experience with silk screens. Couldn't stand that job. The food was great, but was too crowded. I liked that. I liked Wicker Park. There was a heavy Hispanic area, mostly Mexican. There were a lot of Mexican restaurants that were pretty awesome. I was poor, so what I'd do is I'd just go to, oh, you took taxis everywhere? I'd go eat like, I'd get one taco. Like they'd give chips and salsa anytime you went in there. So I was living on nothing. No. I look at it sort of like romantically, meaning like it was like, there's a time in my past when things were, you know, it was really difficult. It was, I didn't really want to be there. I made this decision because of art. It was it was not the proper decision. It was like, I was like, why am I moving to Chicago? If I'm gonna make art, why don't I just move to fucking New York or Berlin? So it took me to move to Chicago to figure that out. So then I went back to Kansas City for some years and drove a cab. And then I was like, fuck it. Like I'd shown every place in that town, every place, alternative space, you name it. I got 1 year, I got like reviewed like 13 times. 13 times in a year, you get reviewed? I was like, I gotta go. You know, this is ridiculous. I had this one dude, he was in jail for weed, right? And so he got busted, he had to go to jail, and then he came back and like he made this deal with this guy that owned this building that we were all living in. And so he was staying there, and he was living there too. The deal was he really didn't need money because he had saved money, supposedly put money in a barrel and buried it. So he had money, and he was up there, and I think he was trying to start a silkscreen company, to tell you the truth. And it's like this dickhead. And I was going to New York, and he's like, "You're going to New York?" I said, "Yeah." He goes, "They're gonna eat you alive there." Oh, okay, Dick. Well, you're getting out of prison and lying to the, you know, your parole officer. They're gonna eat me alive, really? Okay, that's a ridiculous comment to, you know, like why? Why am I gonna get eaten alive? What a dick. God only knows what happened to that asshole. I was like, oh yeah, watch me. I had an art show up there in New York as soon as I got, you know, within a couple months I had a show. Like, you know, dickhead, do you even know anything about me? No. You just saw me walking around the building drunk. you know. I was back in my drinking days. Yeah, 92. I was probably in the 80s. I was in Chicago. Yeah, I was in the 80s. Hated it. New York, I liked right off the bat, you know. If you're going to go to a big, dirty town, this has always been, you go to the biggest, dirtiest town. That's what you do. You don't go to, like, Chicago. What's Chicago? You get eaten alive in Chicago because it's so cold. God, I can't remember that dick's name. He's such an idiot. I remember the day I got out of Kansas City, I did a drive away. I found some company that needed a truck driven to Bethesda. So you got about 600 extra miles or something. So I drove the truck. I filled up the truck, the pickup, and I remember the morning I left. I was like, I was up all night or something. I was just like, man, I could barely drive. I was like, I got to get out of here. I am leaving. I am leaving. I dropped my cab off, jumped in the truck. That was my last time driving a cab in Kansas City. I was like, I'm out of here. So I drive the truck up here, and then as I'm coming into the city, I didn't think about like the traffic. Man, the truck. I have all my artwork in the back. You know, it's all filled up, and I have my 2 dogs with me in the cab. And as I'm getting close, I can see the city. And I'm in Jersey or something, and I'm seeing the city, and there's a traffic jam that goes on for miles. And I'm looking at my truck that I'm driving. It's heating up, and I'm like, oh great, I'm gonna get stuck here in the driveway with my dogs in the car, limited funds. I moved to New York with $250. $250, you know. The driveway. I dropped off my stuff in Brooklyn, drove the truck down to Bethesda, took a train back up to Brooklyn, and the rest is history. But I moved there with $250. It was crazy. It was crazy. Yeah, it was nuts. Well, it takes guts, maybe, or just like not a lot of common sense. You know, like I'll just make it work. It's pretty insane. It was pretty nuts. It was just like, fuck it, I'm gonna make it work. That's how I was gonna make it work. It didn't really work, but it did. It did work, but it might work better when I quit drinking, that's for sure. My life was better, that's for damn sure. Drinking was just like, what the fuck am I doing? I'd have to come up with rent and everything, and I would have gone out, and the guy had a couple $100 on me, but when I came back, where'd the money go? You know, you're not counting it when you're drinking. Yeah, my dad used to say that. He'd say, Peter, you're a survivor. I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? And he'd say, if you get pushed down a hill, you'll get back up and climb back up. And I'm like, oh, okay, Dad. Gee, thanks a lot. That, in other words, you're telling yourself you don't have to help me ever, which was the case. You know, my parents did not help. No, down. They could have helped. They didn't. Like with art school, you know, a little help would have been great. Everybody in art school, like I was coming from the Navy and everything, everybody in art school, like their parents were pretty much helping them. You know, kids that go to art school are generally like rich kids or have supportive families. My family was not unsupportive about me going into art. They were fine with that. But financially, they were just like, you know, don't have to worry about him. You know, my mom was like, she had John at that point. So, mother had a pretty good job. She could have done something, and she did nothing. And then if I would call her, she'd say yes. And then like, Mom, I need $100 or something. And she'd say yes. Okay, I'll send it. And then she'd never send it. And then after about a week and a half, I'd say, Mom, did you send it? Yeah, I will. I did. I sent it. And it's this ongoing thing of like, it got to be like, fuck this. Like, okay, why don't you just tell me no, I'm not going to send it? You know, you don't want to help. You don't, you know, I wasn't asking for a fortune, you know. I always had a job. I managed an apartment building. I drove a cab. Um, what else did I do in Kansas City? I worked at a macrobiotic restaurant. That's another story that I shouldn't tell. People won't appreciate it. I got a lot of stories from Kansas City. I built pools. Um, yeah, I always had a job. I built pools. I might have a job and then quit and get another job, but I always had a job. I built pools. What else did I do? Paint houses, painted apartments, painted a lot of houses. I did that. I hate it. I hated getting up on a ladder, but I'd do it for money. There's always that, like, it's the peak of the house, like this. And you can't really see what you're doing, and you're just like up there, like, fuck, man. You know, don't fall. Um, Painted a lot of houses, a lot of apartments. Um, Mostly, if I say, what did I do in Kansas City for a living? I mostly drove a cab. I drove at night, and it was sport. It was insane. I was back when I wanted to live like the risky life or something. I don't know what I was thinking. I would climb bridges and stuff. I was different back then. Not the same person, but I was more about. I was into like danger or something. Like I don't know what my deal was. I liked the adrenaline rush or something. Like I used to climb a lot of bridges. The cab driving thing was always a fucking freak show. Every night there was just like, oh shit, like something would, because I was driving in the shittiest part of town. I'd take calls like, yeah, I'll go get it, you know. I didn't want to sit around because if I sit around, I might fall asleep. So I'd just take whatever calls. I didn't care, like whatever. It was sport. It was weird. So I don't know. I've sort of grown out of that. Last time I was duck hunting, it was still sport because I'd just go in with myself and the dog, and you're going into the swamp. Ike saved me twice. I was drowning. There was an aspect of it was like, you know, you could drown in your waders and shit. I didn't want to drown, but it was like it was sport. Tempting fate or something. I don't know. The climbing the bridge climbing in Kansas City, that was, um, I had another friend who was into that too. It really wasn't that unsafe. It wasn't. It was sort of safe. Um, I. It's weird. I sort of do have a fear of heights, but then I also would rock climb years ago, and I don't have any desire to do that anymore. So PL and toxic. Like the motorcycle, man. I got on the bike, you know, but like this, you know, I don't need to do that. That's like just asking for problems, you know. I'm not doing that. That's back in the, you know, I had motorcycles before. I don't need to do it again. You know, we were gonna use that bike for something. It just didn't, you know, just didn't happen. It was the wrong size bike. Um, oh, you did motocross? I never. I had an enduro. That was my first bike, a 250. I had an enduro, and I mostly used it on the street. And then I had a couple street bikes. Um, you know, when I look back at that, man, see, same thing, man. I was like 16 on a motorcycle. I'm surprised I'm not dead. So, I don't know. I don't need to get on a bike. I got a Martingale collar from I saw a weird Star Mark knockoff there too. Toxic Sheba, aka Hannah. And what about PL? PL, are you gonna tell us a story? PL, you know it's Toxic's birthday. It's her birthday. It's 420. She's like, how old are you, Toxic? 23 or something? Something like that. She's getting old, man. And we're back. Isn't that fun? What about PL? Where'd Sarah go? Sarah go? Some people pronounce it Sarah, but I pronounce it Sarah. Right? Remember, Sarah was Abraham's wife, but the collar was a nylon strap with links on the strap. I didn't because it seemed like junk. I don't know what to think about that. Links on the strap. She's dealing with something. Okay. She was here for a second. Okay. She was here for a second. Did you get the thing that the person sent you in the mail? Tox? You're a good dog. Baby's a good dog. I have to find it online. Okay. You know what sounds good? A salad. I might make another salad. I'm a health nut. I am. I've been taking vitamins for the last couple months. The internet was giving me issues. Be right back. Internet's giving me issues. I've been taking vitamins, and for some reason, my hip, I don't need to use the cane. The only time I've used the cane lately is with, I don't know, when I needed to use it to block the dog, from slamming into my leg. But for some reason, the pain is less, and I'm wondering if that's it. I take a multivitamin. I take vitamin C, vitamin D, B12 complex. No, B complex, B12. Is that it? B5, niacin. I think that's it. I'm staying up on it. I notice the dogs look better when I give vitamins. You know what I gotta get the dogs? Some fish oil. I'm out of it. Especially Gussie and Brewburger. Maybe I'll go up to Dollar General and get some fish oil. Toxic Sheba, 23 years old. Hannah Banana. It's hard to believe. Toxic's been on the channel longer than a lot of people. Seriously, she's been around forever. I'm gonna ask her when she gets back. She's on here when she was a kid. That's what she said. She told me that. Toxic. How long have you been watching my videos? Wasn't there a time that you contacted me when you were a kid and you said that you were a kid? And I said, I'm sorry, I can't deal with you, you're a kid. Is that true? I vaguely remember that. I could have been any kid, though, because I don't want to talk to you. You're a kid. How long you been on the channel? Long time, right? We're waiting for a response. I've been watching the channel since I was no, I didn't contact you. Shot. There you go. 2017. Wow, that's a long time. Yeah, I won't even respond. Kid contacts me. I'm like, or I'll say, don't contact me. You're a kid. go away. I'm glad I didn't have to be rude to you, Toxic. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. That's 5 years. So pretty much since I got Pumpkin. Okay, all right. I put some stuff in the garden. I put in some snow peas. I put in beets. I put in something else. Spinach. I think 2 rows of spinach. And then I'll just, every few days, I'll put in a row. I don't know what I'm gonna do with those snow peas. I'm gonna have to put some kind of trellis or something. They'll break if I don't. I'll figure something out. A friend suggested I get honeysuckle for butterflies. Okay, okay. Oh, you like butterflies? You know, the pawpaw tree is the, what is it? Which swallowtail? They need one of the swallowtails needs to have the pawpaw tree. It's the only thing that they'll eat or something, or lay their eggs on, or some crap like that. It's a zebra swallowtail, maybe, I think. There's some kind of symbiotic thing with the pawpaw, which is weird, right? Today, I'm not going to see them here because I don't think the zebra swallowtail doesn't come up this high. We get those other ones, maybe a tiger swallowtail. It's sort of yellow and black. There you go. I had a dream last night that I saw a Baltimore Oriole, and I said to Destiny, I said, look, a Baltimore Oriole. It's pretty, they're pretty, but they eat a bunch of things besides plant nectar. Oh, like your skin? You think they'll attack you, Tux? You think the butterflies will attack you? They'll probably be all right. They could. They could attack you. You might want to not do that. They eat a bunch of things besides plant nectar. Well, what do they eat? I've seen them eat dead things, feces, etc. Oh, yeah, so what? I don't, maybe they're just getting a drink. They like diarrhea or something. I don't know. I don't know anything about it. I've seen that, though, too. There's the butterfly on the dog poop. Yeah, what's all that? What's that about? Interesting thing about pawpaws, when they bloom, it is not bees that are pollinating them. It's beetles and flies. Most people think they're adorable creatures that wouldn't do anything like that. Destiny likes butterflies. She's into them. I like them. They're cool. I was wondering when the pawpaw trees get, because I see flies on them, but not enough, right? And then I went out at night with like a headlamp. Just tree was covered with flying stuff, I like you like those? I don't have any problem with the jumping spiders either. We got the black one with the white spot on the back. Yeah, they're probably trying to get the salt out of the poop too. Or something. I can't believe the sun's out. I can't believe it's spring. I can't believe I'm looking at, look, this is green. That's green. It's getting ready to go. Can't wait. My favorite time of year. I love it. That's a lilac bush right there. There's a bunch of lilac here. I don't really give a shit. I chop them down. I hope I get more than one cherry tree that gets cherries. I'll do something this year. Last year I was just, God, this yard was such a wreck. It was. I couldn't get caught up. It's a bummer. It's a total bummer. Stupid art show. Hey, sparrows. Getting a farmer's tan. What bird is that? That's a robin there. That's a robin. I've considered once I get a job owning a jumping spider, so simple care wise too, coming from someone who believes there's such a thing as an easy pet. You get a jumping spider, toxic, you're gonna eat it because they're delicious. And they are. You get a tarantula, you wanna eat it. Don't you wanna eat a tarantula? You've seen that video when they're eating the spiders? I don't wanna eat them. I'd be more apt to eat scorpion because it looks like a crab. Just put a little lemon and butter on it. Maybe they have bigger jumping spiders down where you are. I bet they got tarantulas down where you are, toxic. Do they? Why did your message get deleted about getting the job and feeding them? No. I wish I could own a new world species of tarantula, but they're so fragile. Are they really? Are those the ones that people eat? Like down in Central America, they fry them up. They roast them. We don't care about your spelling, toxic. You spell fine. You spell better than me. Farmer's tan, totally. I have a bearded dragon for 5 years. Critter feeding is not that icky. You got, yeah, I bet you do have tarantulas in Vegas. Got scorpions too. There's scorpions as far north as Alberta, Canada, which seems strange to me, but I also breed roaches? Really? What the fuck? It's the only thing I breed. Yep, and brown recluse. Those will screw you up. Brown recluse? We don't have much here that's like deadly or anything, knock on wood. We don't. We have bats that are gonna be here soon. They better not come in my house. 'Cause I don't like them. I don't like to see them. Wish they could just stay away. I'll make Destiny deal with it. Go deal with it. I can't. She won't though. She would, but she doesn't want to be rude to a bat. That's the problem. I don't want to deal with them. A bat? Get out of here, you know? Those things will suck your blood. They're a rabies vector. It's like an armadillo is a, what is it that armadillos have? Leprosy? They're a leprosy vector? I'm not touching one. I know you like them, Tox, but I'm not eating it. The only venomous animals here, black widows, far in the interior. Interior of what? Where are you, Pedro? Yep, leprosy. I don't want leprosy, okay? I'm just telling you. I think that's a bacterial infection, though. I think it's highly treatable nowadays. Portugal? Oh my God, really? No shit. But the seafood's great. I bet the seafood's really good. I bet they got good ceviche. I remember there was this movie, Cherubasco, right? And then, they said in the thing that means tempest or storm. And I asked somebody, and they said no, it doesn't mean that. Um, and expensive we have, which is more cost effective. Possums 90% immunity to rabies, probably because the reason is their lifespan is too. No, the reason why they generally don't have rabies is their body temperature is lower than most mammals, so they don't harbor rabies, because rabies, even in an animal that has it, after the animal has died, it drops a few degrees, and it's no longer, rabies is no longer viable. It has Cherubasco. Does that sound like a word? Cherubasco. I thought it meant like tempest or storm. That was the movie. I believe it took place in Portugal, I think. Hey, does that sound familiar? It's the only word that I would know, but I don't even think it's a word. It's BS is what it is. It's more BS. I was told watching a movie. Down. So, yeah, the possum is relatively. I pick those things up too. I have no problem with them. I think they're cute. They're mellow. Maybe it's Spanish. I don't know what it is. Okay. If you see a nocturnal animal active during the day, stay the hell away. I'm gonna call animal control. Thank you, Toxic Shiba. Thank you. Yeah, I'll pick those things up. You just pick them up by the tail and take them out. I don't see them around here. They're here. Also, raccoons, man, they stay away from here. It must be the dog smell or something. They don't come in this yard. They, I'll throw a bag of trash out front. I never see a raccoon going in it. I don't get it. I don't know where they are. You would think that they'd love the barn. Never seen one in the barn. If they wanted to have babies up there in the barn, okay. As long as they're acting normal, I don't give a shit. Like Toxic says, if they're coming out here during the day, I'm grabbing a shotgun to protect myself. I don't want rabies. Oh man, the sun. My farmer's tan is really coming in. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather have a chipmunk living in my house though. They're adorable. They are really cute. Be right back. I should go. I gotta eat something. I'm sure I'll live stream later. I'll probably live stream with Lotzi in a little bit. I gotta get something to eat. I'll leave this right here.